If I gave you any advice, I would say don't do it. Unless you're dumb like me, don't do it. Just ride public transportation on days when the roads are horrible. Look at this, guys. Look at this. Dirty, dirty, dirty. The Zizzo is definitely dirty today. And you guys wonder why I don't want to take my Brompton out in this weather. This is the reason, because I do not want to clean it up every day. This one has been this way for 2 days now. I might take it and wash it up tonight, but there's really no reason, because I'm going to take it back out tomorrow and it's going to get back like this. So yeah, when it comes down to cleaning your bicycle on a Brompton, you really want to clean it every single day to keep you know, some of this salt and other corrosive material from eating at your frame or your finish, or even your bicycle drivetrain components. But a lot of us are like, why clean it every day? You know you're going to take it back out tomorrow. You know it's going to get dirty again. So what's the point? So we end up leaving our Bromptons dirty for a solid week before all this stuff clears up off the roads. And I don't like doing that. And that's the reason why I have a bad weather bike. That's the reason why a bad weather bike is a good idea. Ooh, it is cold out. It's like -7 degrees Celsius, or about 17 degrees Fahrenheit, somewhere around there. I'm not good at conversions. It is definitely cold outside, guys. The snow has melted. It looks like they plowed the walkways pretty good. The road looks pretty good. It's not until you get into the neighborhoods where it starts to get dangerous again. You know, the neighborhoods that border Denver. That's where everything is a solid sheet of ice. Okay guys, we're up on a bridge right now. In icy conditions, you really got to be careful. Like these areas that look like they're wet right here, they are solid sheets of ice. So you have to be careful, especially when going downhill, because you might not get the opportunity to stop very fast. And then by the time you push on the brakes to try to stop, you wipe out. So you really got to pay attention on these downhills. Really got to pay attention, which quite consequently I'm not doing because I'm talking to you guys. When you're going down a hill, or you're going on a straight stretch of track or whatever, is to keep the bike at a 90-degree angle from the pavement. Do not lean one way or the other in icy conditions, because you will slide out. And that goes for turning. A lot of people like to lean into turns like this. You don't want to do that on ice. You want to keep the bike as straight, you know, as close to a 90-degree angle to the pavement, in relation to the pavement, as possible. This way, you won't slide out. Now that becomes really hard when the concrete kind of shifts one way, when the concrete itself is at an angle. In that case, you're kind of just screwed. Guys, it's really, really treacherous out on the roads. And if you could all help it, take other forms of transportation. You'll be much better off. You see this stuff right here? That's like ice skating stuff. Look. Woo! Look at that. Only idiots like me will ride stuff like this. Let's ride. Now I'm even more of an idiot doing this one-handed. But yeah, you got to be very, very careful. No doubt about it. Actually, I better put up and use my other hand. All that area up there, which is fairly straight, it was all clear. Now we're going to be going downhill quite a ways, and it's all snow covered and icy. Go figure.
The next day.
Say my name until the city burns and the stars fade away and your scars don't hurt. Stay with me until the last man falls. I don't need them anyway. When I'm with you, I have it all. Oh, I'll never let you slip away. Oh, and you don't have to be afraid. I will hold you till the sun comes crashing down. I'm yours until the end of time.
So yeah, it's the next morning and I'm riding to work. As you can see, they really take care of the bike lanes. And of course, this is a really busy road. So a lot of times what you end up having to do is you have to ride in the actual lane with the cars because they don't care about the bicycle lanes. So this is a combination of ice and hard packed snow. It's really difficult to ride through. It's like riding on rock. And some parts are like that right there is just pure ice. Yeah, ice, hard packed snow, ice. It's not fun, man. I couldn't show too much of the ride home last night because, to be honest with you, it was all ice. And, you know, putting a GoPro on my chest is not really very effective at nighttime because of the fact that, you know, the GoPros don't pick up very well at night. You can't see much of anything. Ice, ice. Yeah, it can get very, very dangerous riding to work. And these cars, a lot of times they won't give you room. They'll just ride right beside you like you're on dry pavement. Like if I slipped right now, I'd fall right into the street. And as fast as these cars are going, if I fell into the street, I'd get run over. So you're literally putting your life in your hands commuting back and forth to work in certain conditions. See, the idea, guys, is not to make sudden moves. When you're riding on ice like this, don't make sudden moves at all. Even when you're going over bumpy ice, try to keep the bike as upright as possible. Try to not lean. Keep the bike at a 90-degree angle. You see how I got it? I'm going slower to show you because I'm using one hand. Can't go faster because if I do hit a bump, I'm gonna slide out. Now this hard packed snow, you get traction in. This is okay. You could ride in this and be perfectly fine. You see how fast all that traffic's going? If I slipped, I'd fall right in the road. They don't care about bicycle lanes in Denver. They don't care. Is it because I'm the only one out riding and they just don't see the need? No. Maybe that's part of it. There's very few of us cyclists that get out and ride in this situation. But look at the way they treat the roads. It's kind of like that whole mantra, if you build it, they will come. If they actually took care of the bicycle lanes and they actually made it a hospitable environment for cyclists, I think a lot more cyclists would ride, but they don't do that. It's already uncomfortable enough with the temperature, already uncomfortable enough, but they got to make it that much worse by not taking care of the bicycle lanes. Now see, this part's fine. But when you get up there, it's all icy again. See, look at the bike lane. That's the bike lane. Pretty great, huh? Like I said, they don't care. And a lot of these drivers, they won't pay attention to you. And if they hit me, like if a driver hits me, they'll blame me. They'll say, well, he shouldn't have been in the road. Or they'll say, he just ran out in front of me and I accidentally couldn't stop. That's what happens. And then they get away with not paying attention and killing a cyclist. And part of the reason is because they don't care about the bicycle lane. Why have it if you're not going to take care of it? That's my whole opinion. Why is it even there? Yeah, that's what I'm saying, man. Why even have bicycle lanes, man? It's kind of just pointless. And a lot of neighborhood streets, they look like that. So, yeah, they don't waste resources on neighborhoods. So a lot of the neighborhoods I have to ride through, they look like that. It's actually okay right here, but it's going to get back into totally frozen territory here in about 5 minutes or 5 seconds. But these areas right here are just solid sheets of ice. Just solid sheets of ice. Yeah, it can get dangerous, guys. See, I can see the ice now, or especially the really slick spots. That's why I can vlog one-handed and still ride on ice and ride on snow. But last night it was really difficult. You know, I couldn't really see very well, so I had to pay extra close attention to the road. And you see cars. You see cars, a lot of times they won't pay attention, they'll just dart out because they're like the fast and furious, aggressive driver types. So if you hit your brakes really hard on this hard packed snow and some of this icy areas, you're just gonna slide. So you have to feather the brakes. That is one key. Like this is ice right here. These like really wet spots, solid ice. This is hard packed snow, which is pretty much the same thing as ice. Watch. Like, I mean, I can't even stop with my foot, man. It's just solid ice. And when you come up to an intersection, you got to give yourself plenty of time to brake or find an area where there's a little bit of traction. Yeah, after a while, you get good at riding on ice. Most of the time I slip and fall. It's at night because I can't see very well at night. I need to be wearing glasses right now, but they fog up too bad. I can see better during the day, but without my glasses, I can't really see very well at night. And even with my glasses, I still can't see very well at night. Whoa. See, that's the problem. It's like when you hit bumps, like really, really hard packed stuff and you want to slide out, you got to loosen up on the steering wheel. You know, you got to loosen up on the handlebars. Don't hold it so tightly. Hold it like really loose. Let the wheel do what it's going to do. You want to hold it tight enough to keep it from going in a direction you don't want it to go in, but you want to hold it loose enough to where you don't overcompensate when you hit a bump. And these hard ridges right there, sometimes you could get stuck in those. And your tire will follow that ridge, and when you try to turn out, it won't turn, you know? And you don't want to force it. You just want to ride the ridge as much as possible if you get stuck in one. It takes some getting used to, but the more you ride, the easier it becomes, and you start looking out for the spots that you need to be concerned about. But the two key takeaways of riding in weather like this, riding on ice, riding on hard-packed snow, the two key takeaways is don't oversteer and don't overbrake. Barely feather your brake, give yourself plenty of time to stop, and don't turn sharply. Keep the bike at an upright angle, 90 degrees. You can barely see the mountains. They look a lot bigger in person than they do on this wide angle camera. The wide angle camera makes it look like the mountains are really far away. they're not. Now I got to go down a hill with icy spots. This is where I got to really pay attention. Otherwise, I'm going to slip out. So I'm going to put the camera up before I hit an icy patch and go sliding all the way down that hill.
Say my name, stay with me till the stars fade away and your scars don't. Say my name, stay with me till the stars fade away and your scars don't.
You see those tracks? The only tracks on this snow besides footprints. That was me last night. Anyway, those are some of my tips for riding in the wintertime, guys. It's dangerous. If I gave you any advice, I would say don't do it. Unless you're dumb like me, don't do it. Just ride public transportation on days like, on days when the roads are horrible. It's not worth it, and your life is worth more than just the fun of riding a bicycle. I guess for me, riding a bicycle is more fun than my life. I don't know. But anyway, I would just say don't do it. And if you do it, is that a phrase? I don't know. If you do it, then the biggest tip I can give you is anticipate other people's stupidity, because there's a lot of stupidity out on the roads and you don't want to get killed because of somebody else's stupidity. If I'm going to get killed, it's going to be because of my own stupidity. Guys, if you have any comments, questions, leave it down in the comment and questions section. Slap a like on the video if you like it, and I will catch you on the next one. Bye-bye.